Now that's a snooze-mobile. New research has found that feeling drowsy behind the wheel may not always be due to tiredness or lack of sleep. Turns out it's your car. The Transport Accident Commission of Victoria estimates that about 20% of fatal car crashes in Australia are caused by driver fatigue. A growing body of evidence suggests that gentle vibrations made by car seats during a drive can lull the brain and body and contribute to feelings of sleepiness. To test the theory, an RMIT University study hooked volunteers to a virtual driving simulator and tested them once with low-frequency 4 to 7 Hz vibrations and once without. Volunteers showed signs of drowsiness within 15 minutes of the vibrations, as indicated by their heart variability. It became significant at 30 minutes, with participants becoming sleepier until the end of the 60-minute test. Researchers believe one explanation could be that the brain becomes synchronized with the vibrations and enters the early stages of sleep. It's also been suggested that some frequencies may keep people awake instead of lulling them to sleep. But to harness these good vibrations, more work is needed to examine a wider range of frequencies. You're a real snooze.
UK woman with rare sleeping condition sleeps for weeks at a time. Ah, Sleeping Beauty. That romantic tale where a man kisses an unconscious woman lying in a catatonic state. Wait, that's actually kinda creepy. Anyway, meet a real-life Sleeping Beauty, 20-year-old Beth Goodyear from Manchester. This young woman suffers from Klein-Levin syndrome, or KLS, a very rare condition affecting only about 1,000 people worldwide. Now, you might think sleeping is pretty pleasant, but if you slept for 22 hours a day for weeks at a time, the joy of sleeping might fade somewhat. Beth has slept through birthdays and Christmas, and she really can't schedule anything, including going to college or having a life. KLS is a neurological condition that usually lasts more than a decade. Several groups exist to offer support to KLS sufferers, but there's really little that can be done except be supportive. Beth first developed KLS when she was 16, just after meeting her boyfriend Adam at summer camp. At first, her mom thought she was just a teenager that needed extra sleep, but then she started sleeping for days at a time and her family knew there was something wrong. Doctors say Beth could have KLS for another decade, and this Sleeping Beauty mournfully told the media that unlike the fairy tale, having KLS is the least romantic nightmare you can imagine.
Maybe this is why you can't sleep at night. Scientists say looking at digital devices at night could be ruining our sleep. According to a study, blue light emitted by electronic devices, including smartphones, tablets, and flat-screen TVs, has a detrimental effect on sleep quality. Blue light is also emitted by the sun. It activates cells in the eyes that suppress the body's production of melatonin, the hormone that regulates sleep. The study found that subjects who wore glasses to block blue light at night experienced a 50% increase in melatonin levels and reported better sleep. The authors of the study recommend people should wear blue light blocking glasses at night and switch electronic devices to night mode. Doing that, they say, is the secret to a good night's sleep.
SpaceWorks believes the key to space travel may be artificially induced sleep. A NASA-funded study written by aerospace engineering company SpaceWorks says that keeping astronauts unconscious during long flights in space cuts down on the equipment and resources needed on the shuttle and also eliminates the negative psychological effects of long hauls in space. According to the NASA-funded study on cryogenic sleep, a human body can be placed in hibernation by simply lowering the body temperature to 93 degrees Fahrenheit. The lowered body temperature causes the body's heart rate and metabolism to decrease. The body will subsist on intravenous feeding tubes that pump the necessary nutrients into the body. Other tubes will drain urine as well as monitor the body. According to mock-ups, a torpor status habitat can hold 6 astronauts at once, and robotic arms will ensure everyone's basic needs are met. So far, humans are only able to maintain stasis for 14 days, although the trip from Earth to Mars is expected to take up to 9 months, or about 274 days. NASA has declined to fund the second stage of the research, though, and SpaceWorks, citing its potential therapeutic benefits, is now looking into using the technology here on Earth.
Elephants don't need to sleep as much as other mammals. Elephants not only have great memories, but they also don't seem to need to sleep as much as other mammals. Elephants normally only sleep for 2 hours between 2 a.m. and 6 a.m. They can stay awake for up to 46 hours while walking as far as 30 kilometers. Researchers say elephants have been observed only going into rapid eye movement sleep every 3 or 4 days. REM sleep is believed to be critical for memory consolidation. Researchers have not yet figured out how elephants manage to survive on such limited sleep. They're planning to do follow-up research on more elephants. Sleep tight if you don't want to get Alzheimer's. A new study shows that even a single bad night's sleep could raise levels of a protein that may lead to clogs in the brain and result in dementia. Amyloid beta and tau are two proteins in the brain that are naturally produced but can cause clogs and tangles in the brain. The proteins are cleared away when the body enters slow-wave sleep. Experiments have shown amyloid levels increase by about 10%, with tau levels also increasing after slow-wave sleep is disrupted for just a few consecutive nights in a row. Amyloid beta protein levels in excess of 10% could cause amyloid plaques that lead to dementia. Meanwhile, the increase of tau could cause tangles in the brain that lead to Alzheimer's disease. More than 5 million Americans have Alzheimer's disease, and many more others are expected to develop the disease as the population ages. There is currently no cure or treatment for the disease.
Poor sleep linked to being moody. Researchers have connected irregular sleep patterns with mood disorders and depression. Disrupting the body's circadian rhythm by going to bed late and using smartphones late at night may be impacting people's mental health. Researchers combed through historical data from 91,000 people aged 37 to 73. Specifically, they focused on a period from 2006 to 2010 where individuals' activities were tracked via a special wrist sensor. Research published in The Lancet suggests people more active at night than in the day are up to 10% more likely to be found to have a mood disorder. The BBC reports the study found higher rates of depression, unhappiness, bipolar disorder, loneliness, mood instability, and poor reaction times in individuals with disrupted body clocks. A researcher recommended not using mobile phones or getting drinks late at night and avoiding other activities at night. What remains unknown is if poor sleep is the root of mood disorders or a symptom of it. Previous research has demonstrated that late-night phone use can lead to earlier death.